Good morning. This is John Vermillion. I am an estate planning attorney and elder law attorney in Dallas, Texas. I'm one of the sponsors of the Elder Care Channel. And today we're glad to introduce Christy K. Redmond.
Yes.
Welcome, Christy. And I understand that you are the Community and Hospice Liaison for your company, which is called M&L Medical Services, Inc.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, tell me, what does M&L Medical Services, Inc. do? What is your particular specialty as it relates to the senior market?
Okay. M&L stands for Moore and Lewis.
Okay.
And we are a home health and hospice company.
All right.
And our focus is on hospice care.
Okay. Now, describe for us very briefly the difference between general home health care and hospice care specifically.
Okay. Home health is provided to those who need more attention at home. Sometimes they may not have the support they need to help them take daily meds or just that one-on-one attention that they need to help them through an illness.
Okay.
Hospice was designed for those who were given a diagnosis of an incurable condition.
Okay. It could be a disease or a physical condition.
Correct.
Okay.
And it provides support and care for that person. And if it is their time to pass, it allows them to die in a dignified manner.
Okay. So your company, although it's considered a home health care company, is primarily focused on providing hospice care.
As well, yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, depending on what stage of life our families are in.
Now, I see here on your card that your position is community and hospice liaison.
Yes.
So what is your particular function with M&L?
Okay. Well, the visionaries of M&L, they decided that, or they saw that the community, they don't know much about hospice.
I see.
They hear about the negative connotations with hospice.
Well, and the word, I think most people, when they hear hospice, they say, oh, well, that's right before death.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And so with my background with educating people, they wanted me to go out and educate the community about the importance of hospice, to kind of take away the negative stigma of hospice, so they understand that this is something to help those who need it, and to let those who don't know that it's available, to know that it's available.
Now, I know with some of my clients who are on hospice, who have been on hospice, it's not necessarily, we think of it as a short-term thing, but it can actually go on for quite a while, can't it?
It can. We've had instances where someone was placed on hospice. They were told that they had an incurable condition, and they actually lived years after being placed on hospice. So that is possible, yes.
Wow. So in other words, but the whole idea here is to provide palliative or comfort care rather than trying to cure the individual.
Correct.
So, okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, how long has your company been in business?
We've been in business since 2004.
So you've been around a while.
Yes, and that's for the home health, and for the hospice company, we've been around since 2012, focusing on hospice as well.
I see.
Yes.
I see. And would you define your market area?
We serve the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
So that's the 5 or 6 counties that comprise
Yes.
the Metroplex: Tarrant, Dallas, Denton.
All, yes.
Okay, very good.
Definitely.
Very good.
Yes.
Now, we've talked about hospice applying to people who've been diagnosed with an incurable condition or disease. So I guess would your typical client, I guess, would be somebody who couldn't provide their own care.
Correct.
In that area. It would have to be somebody who does need that care.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and perhaps family members. This is where the care goes beyond what a family member could provide.
That's perfect. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, without using actual names,
Okay.
I know we were talking previously about this, but
Yes.
can you give me a detailed and specific example of a client for whom you've gone above and beyond what would normally be expected?
Above and beyond, most recently, I can tell you, my grandmother.
Wow.
We were told that my grandmother was at the stage of her life where hospice was needed. And my family, of course, I'm in the industry, but they wanted to talk to their doctor. Their doctor explained it to them, and they were very terrified at the notion of placing my grandmother, the strong person of the family, on hospice.
Right.
And so the doctor recommended M&L.
Okay.
M&L came in. They asked them specifically where their point of reference was with the subject of hospice. They met them at their need, and they made them comfortable about placing my grandmother on hospice. Once she was placed on hospice, M&L, their staff was there. We had everyone's home numbers, we had everyone's cell phone numbers, and they went above and beyond to make sure that we all felt comfortable
Okay.
with the situation.
A lot of hand holding, a lot of consultation.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And I like the idea of being available, I guess, 24 hours a day, because
Yes,
you
we
never know
are.
when something would happen. I guess a lot of people think, well, gee, hospice is the end, and so that's terrifying. But as you said, it could go on for quite a while.
It could.
And so the whole idea here is to provide a level of comfort and dignity to
Yes.
the person who is, you know, subject to the hospice care. Now, what would you say that you do better than your competitors?
We are definitely rooted in personalization.
Okay.
We want to make sure that we meet every need of our client that's going across cultural lines, that's going across religious lines, no matter what you believe in. We want to make sure that when we walk into someone's home, they feel like we're a part of their family. And so we make sure that our staff, they approach the family with care and compassion, and they don't feel like they're just another family on that person's list for the day.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. I know that, of course, everybody comes from a different perspective. Do you try to infuse any spiritual elements into the care as well as the physical?
Yes, we do both within the realms of comfort for the family.
I see.
We have some
I see.
families that talk to us and say we don't want anything spiritual because we don't believe in it, and we don't force anything on them. But they definitely know that they change their minds or have a different perspective.
Correct.
That we will meet that need.
Okay, well, I think that's very good.
Thank you.
That's very good. Now, is there anything else that you would like to tell our listeners about M&L?
Okay. I want the listeners to know that M&L is here before your loved one is placed on hospice.
Okay.
We are here for you on the home health care side.
I see.
And if you decide that home health care is best for your family, then once you are with us home health care, you already know our staff. And if the doctor says it's time to look at hospice,
Then you don't have to change.
you don't have to change.
Don't have to change, right?
Exactly.
Right. Now, is hospice care, it's provided in-home?
Yes.
It would not be provided in a facility necessarily, because I guess if you're in a facility, they'll provide that care. So,
Right. We make sure that we are in your living room, your bedroom, wherever your loved one feels most comfortable. We are sitting right there with you.
okay.
We've even been in the kitchen sitting and talking with people while we're with their loved ones. So we are there as we're another family member.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's a service that's very valuable. I'm so glad that you joined us today. Would you just look into the camera and tell the viewers of the Elder Care Channel, again, the name of the company and your telephone number?
Okay. Again, my name is Christy K. Redmond. I'm a community hospice liaison for M&L, Home Health and Hospice. We are in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and our number is 972-228-8500. If you have any questions or concerns, please definitely give us a call. We're here to serve you.
Christy, I thank you so much for joining us today. This has been very informative, and I can't tell you how much I am impressed with the services that you provide. This is John Vermillion saying thank you for joining us today, and if you have any concerns about hospice care, do please call M&L.